West goes on the record. Nice to see you, sir.
Good to be with you, Greta.
Nice to have you. Well, Secretary Clinton got about a 7-point bounce out of the convention. Donald Trump got a 6-point bounce out of the Republican convention, essentially the same. What are your thoughts on what are the American voters looking for this election?
Well, I think they're looking for a clear delineation in the policies that will bring back economic growth, someone that is going to do what is necessary and right to make sure that we live under the rule of law and protect our national sovereignty, and also as far as restoring our national security. So I think it is most important that Donald Trump create that separation and delineation from the fact that he is the true change agent, if you want to put it that way, beside Hillary Clinton, that really is going to be carrying on the Obama policies. You know, we have a GDP that is anemic since 1949.
Well, the CNN ORC poll that just came out, before the Democratic convention, Donald Trump was leading by 3 points. After the Democratic convention, Secretary Hillary Clinton is leading by 9 points. That's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference, but then it depends on where that poll was taken. And, of course, you're coming out of 4 days where the Democratic convention was front and center on the stage across national media and world media. But I think the most important thing is what's going to happen when they go head-to-head, face-to-face on these debates, and they're going to talk about the issues. And I think there's the opportunity for Donald Trump to talk about a person that has held political titles but really has not produced anything.
Well, you've served in the military, and I suppose you know the discussion for the last 24 or 36 hours has been the Khan family and Donald Trump. What are your thoughts?
Well, once again, I think this is one of those unforced errors. When you have the Khan family standing up there, what I think Mr. Khan should have talked about is the national security environment and the enemy that killed his son. And what Donald Trump should have talked about was how he will be a commander-in-chief that will make sure that no American soldier, sailor, airman, marine, regardless if they're white, black, Muslim, Hispanic, will be killed by this enemy, and to give them the tools that they need and the right rules of engagement to be able to defeat this enemy. And now we know that we are carrying on combat operations, bombing operations in Libya, another place where Hillary Clinton, when she was Secretary of State, along with Barack Obama, they destabilized that, and it's a sanctuary for ISIS.
Tonight, the news is that we're now taking the fight of ISIS airstrikes in Libya. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting that they are now bombing the city of Sirte, which is exactly the same place where President Obama was supporting the Islamist militias now, who, without a doubt, they have turned against the government there that is backed by the United Nations. As well, you have a sanctuary for ISIS. So when you look at the Middle East, the president said his foreign policy was to pivot away from there, and he created a vacuum, and that's what Donald Trump should be talking about. As well as we see what is going on with the expansion of China, and we're not standing up there in the South China Sea. And we haven't even touched the incursions of Russia and the threats they have to the Baltic states. So that's where Donald Trump can make a clear difference.
Colonel West, thank you for joining us, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you, Greta.
And coming up, why would I quote Charles Dickens tonight?